machine!
Hurry, before your arms disappear.
You're my last hope, Joefan82! Help!
Hit it!
Go! Come on! Hey!
Are you sure you sent it to the right? I got it.
Did Sci-Fi survive the time jump?
He's here.
Great! Now, you have to review the modern Sci-Fi action figure and add your modern perspective. Only by combining your modern perspective with Hoodie's nostalgic perspective can you save this man from disappearing! Hurry, Joefan82! I'm almost completely gone! Look at me, I'm a floating head!
I'm on it. So here we have the modern era Sci-Fi figure. He was released in 2011 with the 30th anniversary line. If you ask most modern collectors, they'll tell you that the 30th anniversary was a pinnacle for the modern era. They had a lot of great figures and Sci-Fi was one of them. The modern figure does have the same green uniform as the vintage figure, although the modern figure looks like it might be a shade or two darker than the original. Let's take a look at his accessories. He comes with a power source backpack, which is gray with some red and gold highlights there. Some nice molded detail. The Argon Burst laser rifle. It is a dark gray with a gold highlight here and some red painted detail there. This is a very nice looking rifle. I don't know if this has any real world application. I have a feeling it does not, since the vintage figure didn't either. And the hose, which connects the rifle to the backpack. To connect the hose to the backpack and the rifle, you take one end and slide it onto that notch there on the backpack. You take the other end of the hose and put it on the bottom notch on the rifle, and there you go. Sci-Fi does come with a removable helmet, unlike his vintage counterpart. It does have some nice molded detail on there. The helmet looks almost exactly like the original, with the visor coming halfway. A big difference between this figure and the original is that he also comes with a second helmet that has a blast shield that comes all the way down. This looks like it might have been inspired by the Master Chief character from the Halo video game franchise. He also comes with his figure stand. It has the G.I. Joe logo molded onto the top with 2 pegs and the name Sci-Fi written on the front. Let's take a closer look at the figure. He's got an excellent face sculpt with some very nice paint apps. Looking a little stern there. He's got a gray and white skull cap. If we move down, he's got the silver armor there. Of course, his green uniform. Some black and silver shoulder pads. Straps come down for his armor on the front. He's got black shoulder pads. And his wrists have black and silver attachments there. Not sure what those are for. And he has some black and silver gloves. He has a black belt with a silver buckle that goes all the way around. As we move down, he's got the same pouches as the vintage figure on the front of his thighs with some of those gray cartridges there. However, on the modern rifle, there doesn't seem to be a place for the cartridges or magazines like the vintage figures, so not sure what those are for. Maybe they are battery packs for his backpack, not sure. But there's a wire, 2 wires that connect these down to his boots, which is a very nice detail. Not sure about the point of it. Maybe he has some cybernetic implants somewhere, which goes along with his science fiction theme. Moving down, he does have silver boots that go all the way up to his knees. Nicely molded detail. You can see the folds in the bottom of the boots there, and some detail on the bottom of the shoe themselves. Even some detail on the bottom, the treads on his boots. Let's look at his articulation. His head does do a full 360. He's got a shoulder joint or shoulder articulation there. He can rotate back and forth. He does have a slight up and down movement. His arms do a full 360. His shoulders go up and down. His elbows do a 90 degree. He does have wrist articulation. He can do 360. His legs can do almost a full split there. He has double jointed knees. His knees, especially his left one, don't go all the way straight. I think because of his boots there might be hindering his legs going all the way straight, so they're a little bit in an action stance already, a permanent action stance. He's always at the ready. And his ankles do a full 360, and they have another joint there. And let's take a look at him with his helmet. It slides on very easily. I am a big fan of removable helmets when they are done well. With modern figures, sometimes they are not, and they fall off very easily, or they move too much when you try to move the head. This helmet works very well. I like it a lot. And his other helmet fits on very well. Look at that. That looks awesome. The green on the helmet is a slight shade darker than the green on his uniform. For some reason, you would think that they would have the same shade, but it's slightly different, maybe a little bit darker. As you saw in HCC 788's video, he got out of G.I. Joe in the late 80s and was not a fan of the bright colored figures like Sci-Fi. I entered G.I. Joe in 1988, so I missed the original Sci-Fi, but I was there for all the other crazy figures that came after it. And I do like the military style figures, but I also really like the crazy multicolored figures like Sci-Fi or the Eco Warriors or the Mega Marines. I think there's a place for everything. So let's take a look at his file card. It says codename Seymour Sci-Fi, Fine, Elite Combat Trooper. I believe the vintage file card said Laser Trooper. Name Seymour P. Fine, grade E4 Specialist, birthplace Geraldine, Montana. Primary weapon LLAT Laser Assault Targeting Weapon, which I believe is the same as the original. Combat gear. This is very nice. A lot of the modern figures don't list his accessories, so you're left guessing as to what exactly they are. This tells you what they are. It has a removable helmet, I should say 2 removable helmets, helmet with blast shield. He has a removable helmet, helmet with blast shield, power hose, power source backpack, support rifle, and argon burst laser rifle. Sci-Fi is a laser trooper who is a master of precision and patience. A laser weapon requires someone who can hold his position for an extended time. Sci-Fi is perfect for the job because he's a slow-moving, easygoing guy. Now, just like the sloth from Zootopia. And an experienced marksman. He can keep perfectly still as the laser burns through enemy weapon systems in a continuous burst beam. And then we have a little portrait of Seymour, and he's looking very stoic, just like his figure. Here he is all geared up. He's got the laser rifle and his backpack on. Looks very cool. I really like this figure. He is a nice homage to the original while doing an updated version. It has very nice detail, nice sculpting, excellent paint apps. I highly recommend this figure if you are interested in modern figures or adding to your modern figure collection. While I do have a great appreciation for the vintage figures that we all had as kids, I really love the modern figures as well. I love that they're highly detailed, highly articulated, and they come with great accessories. As far as the future of G.I. Joe is concerned, in my opinion, it looks bright. We've got a new comic series coming from IDW. We've got a new line of figures coming in November, and Hasbro is working on their shared movie universe, which G.I. Joe is supposed to be a part of. And rumors are that there is a new animated series in the works as well. So there's a lot to be excited about. The only thing is we need to get the kids involved. The next generation needs to be as excited about G.I. Joe as we are in order for the brand to continue. So did that work? Did we save Hooded Cobra Commander and G.I. Joe?
We've almost done it! Just put Sci-Fi back in the Thunder Machine and send him back here. When the Thunder Machine re-enters the time vortex, the space-time continuum, flux capacitor, warp drive, reverse the polarities. Doc, focus! You're speaking in technobabble! I'm sorry, I'm nervous. Joefan, just send Sci-Fi back here.
Okay. Oh, what's happening?
Great Scott! The Thunder Machine is out of fuel!
Hang on, I've got some gas in the garage.
That won't work! It doesn't run on gasoline, it's a dreadnought vehicle! It runs on grape soda and chocolate-covered donuts!
I'll see what I can do. It's full.
Get it going! We only have seconds! Hurry!
Great Scott!
Oh, this is heavy!
What happened?
We went back too far! Hooded Cobra Commander is an infant! Oh, but isn't he cute?
Cute Doc, we have to send the Thunder Machine back to the future, or Hooded Cobra Commander 788 is a goner.
Of course! We did it! I'm back! I'm alive!
He's alive!
Thanks, Joefan82, for providing the modern perspective needed to save me and G.I. Joe.
Anytime. Modern and vintage fans can work together to provide the whole picture.
What a beautiful moment! For G.I. Joe to carry on, it needs all of us working together. Well, my work here is done. Thanks, Doc. I guess this means the future of G.I. Joe is safe. The future? The future is not yet written. This could all happen again. G.I. Joe has been around for 50 years. If it's to be around for another 50 years, there's still one more thing we need.
What's that?
The next generation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to work on that element in the future. Doc, don't you need to back up? You don't have enough road to get up to 88 miles per hour. Roads? Where I'm going, I don't need roads. Shit. Hoodie, I don't suppose you'd have any grape soda.